Let's kill that bass head. Alright, let's do this.
I'm on the air, we got this pockets flow. It's me and Tony on the mics, we gotta let you know of current events, little gaming, sprinkle in some entertainment. We stay humble, but our moms still think we're famous. Turn up the bass and baby, maybe let that magic flow. Our spoken word is all the things you really wanna know. Having a good time on the show, T-Bows and Matty G. Tune in and hit subscribe and join us on the FAP.
Welcome everybody to the Freaking Awesome Podcast. I'm your host Anthony Bowes, and sitting to from me is my shining star in a dark, dark night, Matty G. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm pretty good, man. How are you doing?
Doing great. This is going to be the greatest day of life, because today we have not only a man well known throughout Canada, but through the Hollywood stages. He is a phenomenal actor, and by what the term actor, I mean actor. You do not become any better of an actor than this man right here. He has been known in many of the Hollywood blockbusters of Pearl Harbor and The Last Boy Scout. And let's get it, because most people are here because he's a Tig Taylor from Sons of Anarchy, Mr. Kim Coates. How you doing today?
Really good, Tony. That was a very impressive theme song. I just want to know, like, really,
right over there,
really freaking cool. Is that both of you singing, or
that is all Matty G?
Matty G, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No, someone gave me a little heads up on my Twitter that you actually can sing it. So
yeah,
good for you, man. Good for you,
man.
I keep trying to encourage him to.
And Tony, it's Tig Traeger, not Taylor. Tig Traeger.
Traeger. Oh my God, did I say Taylor? Oh,
I think you might have. So let's just get that cleared up right away.
Quick,
you're from Kingston, so I'm going to forgive you.
Right? That's it. The intern's fired. I'm always going to blame it on Gary the intern. So
Gary, everybody needs a Gary the intern,
right? Oh my God, I cannot believe having you here. There's so many questions to get on with, and I know we normally like to start with a little funny news. Matty G, do you have an article you want to jump in here? Well, I'm going to do one today, because one each, because there are so many things.
Do as many as you want, Tony. Matty,
right?
Bring it, man.
Yeah, well, we'll do two then. Why not? We'll have Kim weigh in. So, alrighty. So, first article. It wasn't me. North Dakota drug suspect wears Pinocchio shirt in his mugshot. Did you see this one?
I did not.
Okay, pretty funny. So, in a very ironic case, a North Dakota man arrested on drug possession charges sported the T-shirt bearing the image of the Disney cartoon character in his booking photo. According to Smoking Gun, Clifford Torres Maldonado was wearing a Pinocchio shirt that read, "It wasn't me," when he was arrested on April 23rd for a bench warrant on a misdemeanor drug case. The image of Pinocchio shows the character's nose growing.
Which means he's lying, which means he's an idiot, which means he did it the wrong way.
Exactly.
Jesus, don't they know they're Walt Disney characters in movies by now in North Dakota?
I know. Maybe it didn't filter over there. I don't know what happened.
He missed
translation.
Yeah. And where does the irony come in? When questioned by authorities, Maldonado owned up to having the cigarettes, but remained silent when asked about the meth, which brought on the charges.
Hang on a second. Hey. No, I'm doing a podcast. You said Friday. I'm doing a podcast, Geraldo. You can't be smacking the ground around.
Okay.
It's a live podcast. I'm in Kingston, Ontario right now. Now. You said Friday. Today's Thursday.
Okay.
An hour. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Just like that. You see what happens?
Yeah. You just
got my beautiful boy Geraldo. He knows I'm leaving soon. I can't tell you why, but I'll let you boys know that I am leaving soon. Yep. And I got this huge slab of cement that I need taken away. And of course, Geraldo said Friday. Today's not Friday. Am I wrong?
No, it's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Yep.
So I said, Geraldo, well, you heard me. I mean, your whole fucking fan base heard that. I said, Geraldo, you missed it by a day.
Yeah.
And he said, sorry. I said, come back in an hour. So he'll come back. He'll go have a cup of coffee.
Hey, man.
Love that guy.
Funny. Yep.
COVID
See, who
time.
needs
No
North
one knows
Dakota
what
when I've
day
got-
it
when I've-
is.
Huh?
I said it's COVID time. No one knows what day it is.
Nobody
Time.
knows
True.
what
It's
day it
true.
is.
You lose
Oh
all
my
track of time.
Goodness.
Shout out to Taryn, who's of course want to say that she loves you and Sons of Anarchy. And
Yeah, I see that. I see they're popping up there. Hey, Jennifer. Yeah. You guys are legit, eh? Like this is pretty good. You know, stuff popping up down here. Well done.
Yeah. Well, we decided to do a little contest to bring in some more viewers as well, and we've given people the option to potentially jump on camera and say hi to you a little bit later in the show, though. So this was, if we get the little time, we're going to pick things up. I'm going to throw a link up where some people can join us. So get your microphones, get your cameras ready, and you can say a loving hi.
You pan back, it's just me in a wig. Hi.
You don't need a wig.
Yeah.
You don't need a wig. You get your hair all done up, beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look at
Tony
that. You
doesn't
got
worry
your
about
haircut.
his hair anymore. I've never worried about my hair.
Yeah.
If it was anybody
That's
else,
scary.
I would have just jumped out of the shower. But for you, Kim, I used the gel, the strong
Attaboy.
stuff.
I did trim my beard up though. I was starting to get that COVID Grizzly Adams beard. So
Good
tried
for
to-
you. Whatever makes you feel good, Anthony.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the beard actually makes me feel better, but it definitely is one less thing to do in a day when you're working full time and getting a podcast ready and being a teacher half the time as well. So it's
You swamped. Good for you. I'm glad you're so busy in these times right now. I'm glad.
Yeah, if anything, a little too busy, but we always make times for the things that matter. And right now, that's all about you. We do have another news article here. I don't know if you guys heard about this. This was actually in your normal neck of the woods, Kim. It was an article about a break and entry that happened not too long ago. But this was truly a B&E that sucked. Now, what happened was the police were called in to basically there was a break and entry in LA.
Vampire. Suck. Vampire.
Yeah, right.
Been there, done that.
That was actually really funny. I
Been there,
wasn't
done
thinking
that.
of
Keep
That's
going,
getting-
Tony.
Yeah, it's getting close. No, so this actual article was in regards to when the call came into the police station for a break and entry. They decided to rush in. They bust through the door to find out that the actual burglar was a Roomba. And I guess what happened was the Roomba was programmed to turn on in the middle of the day, but because there was a power outage, it decided to come on at like 2 a.m. And the mother woke up to this banging on the walls, and of course she instantly
Like
thought
I
someone
just
broke
did
into the
20
house.
minutes ago.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And she
Jeez.
basically grabbed her kids and they
Wow.
hid in the bathroom and called 911. So when they kicked in the door, they just saw that the Roomba was bumping into the wall constantly.
Thank
And,
goodness.
right, exactly. But the irony was this wasn't the first time it happened with them.
Oh,
So apparently when they first moved to California, they almost the exact same thing happened. So
Well,
she's I don't know when is the bridge when you're like you stop calling the cops or the cops stop showing up to your house and kicking your door in.
I never want to call the cops for anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
you don't take
So I'm just going to really try and do my best to never call the cops. So that's the way I roll.
care. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
You take care
thanks,
of it all
Marina.
yourself. Pulls out the Louisville Slugger and
Those
you
days
guys-
are over.
Do you guys remember that story? I have to bring this up because you said Roomba. Do you guys remember that story where the Roomba was on the guy's big white shag carpet and it ran over dog shit and smeared it everywhere? And it was like a
No.
horror show.
No, I don't.
Oh,
Thank
it was-
God I missed that
It
article,
went
man.
viral.
yeah, that's so funny. So funny.
Zoombas are
Oh my
dangerous.
God. Yeah. If you actually ever want to hear something really funny, speaking of carpets and shit, check out Macaulay Culkin's podcast, Bunny Ears. He talks about how he had a girlfriend that came over once and he thinks may have taken a dump on his carpet and he didn't know how it
Happens
happened.
all the time to Macaulay.
right.
I talked to him last week. It's a common occurrence. Poor kid. Not a kid
Regular
anymore, but
Yeah. So yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't have to worry about anything. Nobody was arrested, and
good.
they put those people at ease. Maddie, did you want to throw another one in there?
Absolutely. So
All
you guys, I think you'll like this one. So just the cojones on this guy. So the article reads: Supreme scammer, man gets paid for 15 years despite never showing up for work.
Really?
So we'll call it the sequel.
Can I get his number? And
Right? No shit, right?
How did he pull that off?
Well, they call it the sequel to The Italian Job, only this time the big score came in the form of years of payouts for work not done by an Italian man. It was a great gig.
Has to be an Italian.
Yeah.
No, I mean it. I've been to Italy 2 or 3 times. I love it every time I go, and every time I go there, they're just bitching about they're not they have to pay so much tax, and everyone's so broke. And I go, broke schmoke. Like kind of steps, you can't even walk on them. Every restaurant's packed. Right. You get the most beautiful antistry and antiques and the Forum and the Coliseum and packed with people and cabs. And I'm going, broke. Where's all your fucking money? I mean, come on. You guys got to be doing pretty good with all the tourists that keep going over there, and they love it there.
I've never been. Did you love it? Like, did you have a great time there? They take care of like people coming in and tourists and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, the food's unbelievable and the wine's unbelievable and the people are unbelievable and they're all very fashion conscious. And yeah, man, they didn't, I don't really, I love Italy. I could live there. I could have a place there. So.
Yeah, it's a different mentality over there, right? Because everybody there works to live as opposed to over here where everybody lives to work.
Yeah, it's a whole different deal. That's Europe versus America, really. And Canada is somewhere caught in the middle, which is maybe a good place to be. I'm such a big fan of Europe.
Hey, here we go.
Hey,
hello from Italy.
Hey, I know this gal. How you doing there, Val? Is it Valeria?
Valeria.
Yeah. Valeria. Di Chico, Di Coco. No. Yeah, she's great, girl. How you doing, girl? Good to see you.
Good.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, so what this gentleman did was he basically he was 67 when he got caught. He stopped showing up to work, and the HR person was on their way out. So he threatened the HR person, and then the HR person left and never mentioned a word about it. And all the managers were friends of his and kept the ruse up going. Yeah. So he just kept collecting for 15 years. It was $647,000 US.
There you go.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
Scam.
Yeah. If honestly, if you're going to do it, I guess you go big, right? And
you might as well go big.
I mean, for 15 years, if you don't get caught for 15 years and you're enjoying life, I guess, make the most of those 15 years.
Did they finally catch him, Matt? Did they finally?
They did. Yep. So he got, he got a whole bunch of stuff. Abusive office, forgery, aggravated extortion on the HR, and another bunch of investigations.
I don't know the guy. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
The answer to that was yes.
Yep.
Excellent. So I do have a very, very brief article on, and again, I don't know if you heard about this. It was about a gentleman who walked into a Walgreens to get a prescription and later got home to realize that he'd forgotten his bag of cocaine on the counter. So he actually, he called up the Walgreens to be like, hi, did you happen to find a white powdery substance in a bag? I'd really like to get that back. And of course, when he arrived to pick it up, they had the police waiting there for him. So
yeah, that's too bad. You're an idiot.
One of those Darwin Awards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
Exactly. So look at this. We're getting a question for you already. If you had a choice to live in one place forever, Canada or the US?
Are we doing questions already? Or are we going to talk?
I think so, but you know what? That's cool. We'll throw one in here.
What's the question? Live in Canada? No, listen. I mean, people know me. They've heard me talk probably far too long. I'm a Canadian first, and I always will be. And I'm proud to be Canadian. And it's the best country in the world. And there's a lot of issues going around all over the world because of COVID, before COVID, and after COVID. There always will be, but Canada is the best country in the world by far. I'm a proud American as well. I'm much more proud these days than I have been for the past 4 years. So I'm really, really happy that things are where they are now. And I left Canada a year ago when COVID started. I'm sorry, I left America a year ago and went to Canada. I've got a few places up there to hang my hat, and was with Diana and my family for much of it, and got to see my mom a couple of times in Saskatoon. So no, you can take the boy out of Canada, but you can never take the Canada out of the boy. And just a really proud Canadian, and I just hope that we get vaccines more up there now all the time. Please, 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 come on. We gotta get vaccinated. We got to put this COVID thing in the rearview mirror, and we can't do that without vaccines. You just can't. The variants will continue to just figure it out. It's a tough thing. So we need to either get some vaccines quicker up there. That would help, so that we can get on the fast track to recovery for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, Kim, you're vaccinated fully now. I haven't been yet, but I'm hoping to be soon. Were there any like side effects that you had from getting vaccinated? Or
no,
was it,
no, but I do think you guys are smart. It's different for everybody.
Mhm.
I don't care if it's AstraZeneca or Pfizer or Moderna or Johnson & Johnson. They're all good. They're all good. They all work.
Yep.
And so, no, I had a sore arm. I was a little tired the first shot that I had, but I was able to do stuff the next day. And my booster 2.5 weeks ago now. Sore arm again, but no, I was fine. I was really fine. But I have heard stories where people are knocked out and they get chills and the shakes and certain things like that, but it goes away. And you'll be happy that you have it after you've had it, for sure.
It's true.
So for you, no side effects. For the rest of us, really bad side effects.
No, my nose didn't grow, Maddie, long enough as it is. I still wear glasses to see and read.
So no superpowers.
My hair didn't fall out.
No superpowers.
And things that are large stayed large. So I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, Maddie.
Right?
Love it.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
So funny. Yeah, we everybody of course makes that joke that they're now 5G when they get their shot, which is I don't know, sometimes I wish I sometimes I get the worst cell signal ever. So if no, but I guess I don't have to worry about in my life, I don't have to worry about anybody taking anything or worry about my personal information. So if you guys want to put some type of super chip in me but give me the vaccine, I'm golden. Yeah, I'll take
good
it.
with it. Good.
Glad
to hear it.
Yeah. So
hey, we're not too far off, Tony. Elon Musk is putting chips in people. So
yeah, it's
he's
before that
gonna
was
be on
Bill Gates.
Saturday Night Live too. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, honestly.
Apparently the cast aren't too happy about his Twitter remark, eh? Did you see his Twitter? Did you see what he put on Twitter? He put,
no, I just heard little rumblings, but
yeah,
they're happy or they're not happy?
They're not happy because he put on Twitter, let's see how live SNL really is. And a bunch of people are like, what the hell does that even mean? Like the cast.
Yeah, he's controversial. I don't care about that guy. Good for what, whatever they're trying to do. Anyway.
Well, speaking of Kingston and Queen's University, he was a graduate.
Was he?
Yeah.
Of Queens, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah, believe it or not, I can still find a number in there.
No, there's no doubt about it. I mean, we need, brand new energy, and we need to take care of the environment and probably use more batteries. And I don't have a Tesla, but I know buddies that do, and they love them. And so I got nothing against that. I just think the guy's a bit off the the rocker.
I don't know if we ever have to worry about Elon Musk being on the show. So it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what often genius is, right? So
they say.
Yeah. So that's all right. Excellent.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, you're good. Maddie, you're good. You just stay super crazy and smart.
Great.
Thanks.
I feel you.
So I got to ask you now that we're kind of turning this section over, and this is all about Kim Coates now and everything that you do, which I got to tell you was amazing. So when I said earlier that you are an actor, I mean that in literally every possible sense, because unlike a lot of people who work in film, they haven't had, of course, the joy of being a stage actor as well. And you really notice that as a difference in someone's acting style, especially when it comes to being dedicated to a character, because you don't get extra takes in live stage. So it takes a lot more work to be a stage actor than a film actor sometimes. And with your parts and the characters you play, you can really see that shine and then come out in you. So it's
well, thanks. And I had no choice in the matter. It was late 70s. I'm in Saskatoon. I'm going to be a teacher. I went to the University of Saskatchewan. I love history. I majored in history, and I got to take one elective. And I took a drama class. And everybody knows what happened. I took an acting class. I'd never been in a play. I didn't particularly like Shakespeare when I was in high school. I was a jock, muscle car guy. That's what I was.
Yeah.
And that acting class changed my life. And it changed my life for the better. And it changed my life in the arts and seeing everybody as to who they are, and everybody, male, female, old, young, my appreciation of animals. Everything happened because of acting and because of the art of acting. So, for me, doing 25 plays at the University of Saskatchewan over a 4-year period, that's unheard of, 25 plays. That's including summer stock. But I started to buy into this thing. And then we went to Edinburgh. We won a Fringe First for a play called Creeps by David Freeman, an Ontario cerebral palsy man who won a huge award for Creeps. It's an amazing play. We won an award. I came home and I realized this is what I want to do. I actually want to be a professional actor. And all my boys in Saskatoon and my brothers and my mom and dad, and we all just had a big football huddle and then just went, fucking go for it. Now they're more proud of me than me, like they've got more of my posters and more of my things in their rumpus rooms, and they've seen all my movies and all my TV shows, and they've seen all my plays. So they're pretty excited when I come home and in Saskatoon and elsewhere too. But Saskatoon's my real home, right? That's where I was born. But so that's all I knew, boys. And my daughter Brenna, who's starting to explode. I mean, she's already won an Obie and a Drama Desk Award on Broadway for a play called The Wolves. She graduated at NYU, Tisch Acting Academy. She's also just stage, and now she's exploding in film and television. And she's beautiful and she's funny. And she was just in Playback yesterday, big article, her and her leading man. They're doing a movie in London, Ontario for the whole month of June and half of July. Second lead for her. She's a female lead. It's a beautiful part, amazing part. Amazing. So, Brenna, I don't know. She's taken after her father and she's fucking better at it than me. I'm really proud of her. So theater, you just said it. I mean, bro, people say to me all the time, like, oh, I'm an actor. I want to go to LA. I want to go to New York. And I go, well, you're going to fail. You're going to fail. Unless you're the most beautiful thing in the world, or your mom or your dad or your uncle own Warner Brothers so they can get you in there. It's not going to happen. Stay in Baltimore, stay in Seattle, stay in Vancouver. Vancouver's a big place to go. I shouldn't get that confused with, Vancouver and Toronto are the two big acting hubs in Canada for film and television and stage for sure. And Montreal. That's it. But stay in Edmonton for a while. Stay in Saskatoon for a minute before you go on to these bigger, meet your peers, meet your contemporaries, do little movies on your iPhones, write these things, study the camera, because I'm telling you right now, boys, if acting for the camera was easy, everybody would do it. It's not easy at all. You can't act. If you are seen acting, you lose. You're done. It's called you need to know your lines so well and your characters so well, because they shoot out of sequence. You guys know that. We shoot the last scene first, sometimes the first scene. I mean, it's all out of continuity and stuff. So you better know where the fuck you came from, where you're going, and you better inhabit your character from the inside out. And if you do that, you have a shot. And then, you see what happens.
For sure.
Actually, a great question for you, to kind of trailing off that a little bit. Speaking of inheriting characters, this was actually one of the questions my wife fought me for, but she
love her.
Had to know. She just had to know. So when you played Jack Richards in Pearl Harbor, what type of research was required for that role? And what type of impact did that research have on you, and where you wanted to go from there?
Well, I got cast very late into the project. They were already filming for 2 months before they realized they needed to cast a few more of the semi-leads down the line. I mean, I wasn't a huge part, but it was a good little part. And all my stuff was with Alec Baldwin, who's a buddy. And so for me, it was easy because I was a history major. I knew all about Pearl Harbor. I knew all about the Second World War. But what I didn't know was what it felt like to wear the wool uniforms. Those were all real uniforms. Wow. What I didn't know is how hot they were when we filmed some of it in Houston and on the California coastline. We were so freaking hot. Baldwin and I were changing our wardrobe every 20 minutes. We were just sweating right through that. Wow. It was really, really hot, really uncomfortable. And also, Alec and I decided, I mean, Jack Richards was a real guy, obviously, aviation engineer. And so his look was important to me. That's why my hair was so weird and wacky and stupid. It's because that's the way he wore his hair. And also they all smoked. He was a big smoker. So Alec and I lost about 3 or 4 scenes in that movie because we refused not to smoke, and Disney didn't want any smoking. And Michael Bay kept coming up to Alec and me going, "We're gonna fucking cut it. We're gonna cut it." And Alec went, "I don't care. I don't care." I went, "I don't care if Alec doesn't care. He doesn't care. I don't care. Sorry, Michael, tell Disney we don't care." And so yeah, we got cut out of that freaking movie because we were puffing away. So it was but again, the highlight for me, being on a beautiful aircraft carrier off the coast of San Diego when those B-25 bombers were taken off, and they really did take off. We had like 7 of them, I think, on that ship. And every time we said cut and we were taking an hour break, there was F-18s landing on those wires, like landing and taking off. It's a real using, like they really use that ship still in San Diego. But what we had 3 or 4 guys, Americans, who were in the Second World War. They must have been in their, late 80s, early 90s. And 5,000 shipmates were on that. 5,000, naval officers and kids were on that ship. And we were all standing up and standing ovation to these 3 war veterans of the Second World War. And they'd watch those ships take off, and they called them ships back then, even though they were planes. They'd watch those planes take off, and they would just have tears in their eyes. It just brought back so many memories for them, right? So that was fun to do.
Yeah.
That's
amazing. Amazing. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah. Did you end up going down in through the boat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Alec, because I'm with Alec Baldwin. He's a movie star. I was still working on it back then. So wherever Alec wanted to go, I got to go.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And Ben Affleck, obviously, but Affleck had a little part of the wing that he was filming stuff, and me and Alec were in everything together pretty much. So they showed us some stuff that they could.
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down was much the same. That was a crazy, much more intense time for me, really.
Yes.
But there you go. A couple of war movies. Why not?
Now,
Great in Resident Evil. Thanks, Terrence Thompson.
Yes.
Love you.
Yep. Is that the Resident Evil that they shot in Toronto?
Yeah.
Some of it? Yes. You know what was really funny? The big scene with the minigun that they're firing off in that one? That was actually filmed about a block.
The one that I did? Do you know if it's the one that I was in?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it was filmed about a block and a half from where I was living at the time. I remember watching television, and all I heard was a minigun firing up, and I was like, "Oh my God, what the hell is that?" And looked out the window.
Where was that? Was that downtown? Like where? Do you remember where that was?
Off Dundas area. It was an old movie theater area that had been shut down.
Wow.
A drive-in.
Yeah, I mean, there was about 10 of us in that film with leads, and I did most of my stuff in the studio, the big studio down by Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
But I did have a couple of stuff that wasn't in the studio. I'm just trying to remember where it was, but anyway, long time ago. Sure.
Yeah.
Guns going off. Make sure it's a movie, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly.
Kelly, SOA on Fire. We love that show.
It's absolutely amazing, and you have to make sure. And we're going to talk. Actually, you know what? Why don't we just talk about this briefly? No, before we do that, someone had brought up right here. Loved you in the Dresden Files. Now, I read the Dresden Files, the books, and loved them. And my cousin put me on.
That was so long ago.
It was, and my cousin actually was auditioned for Harry Dresden.
No way.
Paul Blackthorne, and
no way.
Clearly, you know who got that. So.
Well, good for him. Does he still act? How's he doing?
He's good now. No, he's got his PhD now. He was a stuntman for
him
periods and stuff like that. So
it'd be funny if you were like not getting that part ruined his life. He's now
really screwed him up.
Exactly.
They said he had a callback and then they canceled it the night before.
Right.
They didn't even phone him. It was a note on his door. Don't come in. You're not getting it. Never got over it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The okay, so we were talking about Sons of Anarchy, and of course you love it. You have your own podcast. Well, you're sharing a podcast.
Well, look, you guys are killing it up there, and I'm so happy to be on this with you. And I think podcasts are kind of the way of the future. They've been happening. When Joe Rogan's had his for 14 years now, and he doesn't shut up, so that's fine. Adam Carolla, who doesn't shut up, and he's fine. I've done his show as well. But look, Theo Rossi, my boy, my brother in arms, played Juice. We're BFFs, and everyone knows that. And it was last April, May, where Theo called me up, and it's COVID, and it's shut down. Everything's shut down. And Theo goes, "Look, bud, what do you think about maybe, I got a couple of producers, and they love you, they love me, and they think that an SOA reviewing type show might be That was a year ago. Be careful what you wish for. I mean, we are fucking killing it. It's exhausting. I'm 107 years old. Not only are we these unique views, which you guys know all about, we're just, I don't know, 200,000 a month. It's mental. It's mental what's going on. Our fans are going crazy for the show. We're funny. We don't know anything. I haven't seen the show. I've seen maybe a third of them. I was in every show in that 7 seasons except for one. It was the 6th show of episode or season 1. They kicked me out for 1 to save a little bit of money. Fine. I was in every other show, and I've probably seen a third of them, boys. I just didn't watch. I watched every premiere one, every finale one, and a few in the middle. But I was filming when they were on, and I didn't want to watch them. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so for Theo and me to go back and actually watch these shows, boys, and then talk about them in an hour called Reaper Reviews. And our podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's everywhere you can get a podcast like yours. Mm-hmm. It's also on YouTube. That's killing it on YouTube. And now we're on Patreon with the Discord thing going on. And we're giving them so much more content on the Patreon and the Discord. It's fun as shit. It's so much fun. But be careful what you wish for, because we're in it now. We're in it for the long run. And we're having a lot of fun. We got about another year and maybe a month left of reviewing the Reaper Reviews. And then, like you boys, you'll just continue to find stuff to talk about and share and bring on knuckleheads like me and talk about stuff, because people are at home now. Now let's all get out in the world again. Let's get rid of COVID for sure. But right now, people are at home, working at home. And what better to take an hour off and listen to you guys or listen to me and Theo. And we bring on, guests from our show. And I don't know. It's funny, man. And we don't know anything. It's
fantastic. I listen to it. And you guys are fantastic. You work really, really,
really good.
Really
thanks,
well.
man.
I love that, dude.
And
thanks.
So it's really funny because
hey, Angie Mae Davis, love you too. I've missed some of you, but you're too quick. There's too many of you.
It's true. It's true. It's great. I'm so glad that people are be able to message into you. Now, I actually didn't get to watch Sons of Anarchy while it was actually on at the time. So I binge watched every episode over the last, like my wife and I got into it. And oh no, it was so good that every moment,
ridiculously good.
It Tony? Is. It honestly, it is so good, and I couldn't believe, because I wasn't sure at first. I was just like, okay, yeah, bikers.
I get you. I hear you, man. I hear you.
My dad might actually come from a line of bikers and stuff like that. And when
Daddy,
I
saw I said may have. Yeah, he may have, Kim.
Yeah,
he doesn't really tell us, but we've seen some of the black and white photos under the bed.
We know your secrets,
Tony. I cut you off. Sorry.
No, that's good. So we binge watching, my wife and I, and every moment we had where it was a break, or the kids were doing something, my wife would look over like,
I know the kids can't be watching if they're under 16.
Heck no. Yeah. So your character on that, so unique, so psychotic. And I know a lot of people look at you and like, oh, but he's got a great face for a villain. And here you got a character that at first I was like, this guy is weird of weirds, to a point where every time you're in trouble or you're going to get killed, I'm like, you can't kill him. He's like my favorite character on the show.
No,
you can't kill Tig. And my God, there was so many brushes where it ends off and I'm thinking you're going to die. And because at this point, like there's no golden rule of who's going to live and die in that show. Like anybody can come out and, be in the dirt now. And
that's right.
And
go ahead.
Right to the end, you're there. And my God, I was so thankful that.
Yeah, I it's too late to, spoiler alert. Come on. The show's been over for 7 years. If you don't know what happened now, too bad. Don't listen to me right now.
Fuck those guys.
But honestly, when Kurt Sutter at the beginning of season 5, look at Kelly Woodcock. So he binged it during the pandemic too. 2 to 3 episodes a day. Oh my God. That's a lot of, it's a lot of booze drinking. It's a lot of popcorn to eat. No, like seriously, when Kurt Sutter, I'll never forget it. It was the beginning of season 5. And our show was imploding and exploding around the world. Mm-hmm. It was, Game of Thrones. It was The Walking Dead. It was Breaking Bad and Us, Mad Men, like that. Cable, like just exploding. We were all so unique, right? And someone said, and it really bothered Sutter. Someone said he's not going to kill any of the leads. The Sopranos was The Sopranos because they killed the lead every year. Yeah. And Sutter, I can't say this is 100%, but Kurt, knew he was the boss. It's his show. He's the showrunner. He knew it was going to be 7 seasons. We knew we were going to go 7 because we were so huge. Not the fans wanted it for 14 years. They wanted it for 12 years. Kurt said, no. 792. That's it. Hamlet will be over. And I think Kurt thought to himself, who's going to go first? We've already lost Hale and Half Sack and a few of the, Piney in season 4. But the big guys, I'm talking the big girls and the big guys, who's going to go first? And to this day, none of us would have said Opie. None of us would have said Opie. Nobody in their right mind.
Nope.
So what Sutter said is, take that, Mr. and Mrs. Reviewer. And the audience lost their shit. And that was the beginning of the end in a way. There was 10 leads, 10 of us. And Opie was the first one to go. And pretty much he didn't stop till the very, very end. And only 2 of us survived the entire seven years. That's right.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And it's funny when you said everybody lost their minds, because it's true. Like, I felt sick when they killed Opie.
Oh my God.
How could they kill Opie of all people? And he was really holding his own too. I
can't wait to talk about that episode. It'll be, like 4 months from now when we get to season 5 on Reaper Reviews. But there's stories in there that Theo and I don't share. But we'll share on Patreon. We'll share with the Reaper Reviews. We'll let them know, because those were some very emotional fucking days.
I bet.
When you say goodbye to somebody, like really goodbye, and we all got along. You guys know that.
Yeah.
Like you two rarely fight. I checked up on both of you. You rarely fight. You love one another, as Kingston boys should.
Yep.
But we really did love one another. We hung out. We fought. We hugged. And that's why I think that show was also such a big hit. People could see it. No matter how weird Tig got, no matter how funny Tig got, no matter how soft and animal loving and moral compass of the club at the end with Chibs.
Yes.
They could see there was love in there with us boys and us girls. And the women had bigger balls than the men on that show.
It's
true.
It
really did.
True. They're kick-ass.
Some of the best women writing in the history of TV.
Yeah.
And we were so proud to be a part of it with them.
It's amazing. And like you said, like, it was a great power role for a lot of those women that are in the show. Katie Seagal, when I saw her in that, I was like, this is the role for Katie. Like, it was so good. I couldn't believe it.
And Tony, not only is that correct, but Maddie, think about this. There's not one executive in Hollywood, not one anywhere in the world, that would have cast Katie Seagal in that part because of her comedy background. Her just fluffy little beautiful comedy. She's not getting Gemma Teller. She's not. Oh, wait. She's married to Kurt Sutter in real life. Oh, wait. Kurt Sutter's not going to do this without his wife. Oh, wait. Fox, you have no fucking choice. And guess what? They won the lottery with Katie Seagal.
Oh, hell yeah.
They won the lottery. They hit more home runs. No one could have done what she did on that part. In fact, I've heard people say that, millions of people say that about all of us.
Yes.
From Bobby to Chibs to me to Juicy Pants, Charlie. I mean, come on. The kid's from England. He's got an English accent. Yep. And for him to learn American and play Jax Teller with that swagger based on a real guy that he had met, I'm sorry. I give it up to him and everybody on that cast, really.
I wish we had more screen space to see, but Matty G walks just like Charlie.
Do you, Matty?
Yeah. And he looks, honestly, look at him. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. Picture him blonde.
No, he's a very handsome man. Matty's not going to fight that, and nor should he. He's a very, very handsome man. Well, Matty, look, here's the deal. I'm a pretty good mimicker of people. When I get a chance to meet both you knuckleheads up there on Queen's University campus, maybe a year from now when the world is in a much, much better place, hopefully before then, you and I I'll do Charlie's walk and you'll do me your walk, and we'll compare.
All right. Yeah. All right, cool. Cool. I'm down with that.
Amazing.
I'm down with
That'd
that.
be amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm holding you to that.
But I remember when I first saw the episode and I saw Charlie and I was just like, oh my God, it's Matt. It looks like Matt.
Funny. That's funny.
So it's such a small world when you see stuff like that. so cool. So another thing I heard is you're a very, very particular man on the villains you play.
Well, I don't know if that's necessarily the real truth, but I must say that when you realize early on in your career that you do have a busted nose from hockey 3 times, you have blue eyes, you have high cheekbones, you seem to understand the Marlon Brando aspect of tough means you have femininity as well. You just have you have such a comfort within your own body, which I'm really lucky that I have. I have no fear. I'm not afraid to fail. So when you're all of a sudden cast in The Last Boy Scout and you're punching out Bruce Willis, and it's one of the greatest scenes that they say in movie history of stealing the scene from a star. It's taught in more American acting, right? So I'm still recognized from The Last Boy Scout. And then you're in Waterworld as this crazy psychotic and the client with the mole. Yeah. You start to realize, okay, so we know where this is going. I love doing Godless. I love doing that too. Yeah. Look, I know where this is going. I need to not fight for my career, but I'm going to know when to say no. I'm going to know when to say no. Boys, I can't even tell you how many offers I got when Sons was over to play another motorcycle guy. Not the Mayans. Forget about the Mayans. I'm talking about a movie, 2 movies actually, a little mini series, all bikered out. And I went, no. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
And so thanks. For me, I love comedy, the Goon movies. I love being a lawyer. I love with Jenna Fisher in that Help. I'm slipping my mind right. A Little Help. This beautiful Jewish lawyer who's so funny. So look, Sons of Anarchy came at a time when my poor wife needed to have a little steady income from her hubby, who was so worried about, I don't want to be on TV. I'm a movie guy. Well, thank goodness for The Sopranos, because everything changed from The Sopranos for guys like me, movie actors like me. It became okay to do TV and cable TV and FX, and John Landgraf is hitting it right out of the park. So for me to say yes to Sons and have a steady employment for 7 years and the comfort that comes along with that and the hard work that goes into it, I have a whole new appreciation for television. So yeah, I say no for a reason, but when I say yes, it's for a reason as well. And I'm pretty grateful to still be working as much as I do. And I love my charities and I love my life. It's been a good run.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about those charities.
Well, hold on. Can I ask my 2 comedy questions? Because you mentioned comedy, and I had to ask the 2 questions I had for him. I loved your short bit. You got something there. The one that you did with Kevin James. Man, I love that.
Funny?
Dude, I love that. And I'd never seen you do something like that. So I don't know. For me, I loved it. And then I was watching The Crew and I caught you in the Crew. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, please be going into comedy because
Maddie, I'm not kidding. Things are on the horizon. COVID's put a bit of a pall on some things last year. They're going to be a little slower coming out into fruition. But for me, it's all about dark comedy. It's all about comedy that has an F-U-C-K. It's all about comedy that I can pick my nose and I can eat it. It's all about real, flat out, great writing, but funny. Now, The Crew, it's a sitcom. Those are fun. Yeah. It's a live audience. Like, it's fucking pressure, but I'm a stage actor, so that was all right.
Yeah.
But honestly, Kevin James, I don't know how he's become my biggest fan. We've done 3 movies together, plus that little Crew thing. And he just keeps threatening that he's writing a movie for him and me to star in about these. Well, I better not say it. I better not say it. But honestly, and the guys who shot that little snippet that you saw, Maddie, there's these brothers, like 6 brothers or 5 or 6 brothers. They're from Jersey. And they've hooked up with Kevin. And Kevin, you wait. He's going to be freaking writing something for me and him. And yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I love comedy. Now that doesn't mean, like, someone mentioned Godless, right? Like, Scott Frank, my boy, Emmy nominated with the Queen's Gambit and Godless. We had 12 Emmy nominations. Jeff Daniels. I mean, riding horses for me, there's nothing. I'll ride a horse more than my motorcycle. Horses to me are my favorite animal, and dogs. Yeah. But I mean it. I'm just so lucky. And yeah, they're bad boys. Yeah, they're twisted, but in Godless, that was a form of history. And I'm about to do something. These sideburns, like, Jesus, Matt, what's going on with my fucking hair? I can't really tell you, but I think all this is going to be shaved off. Burns are going to be down to. All right. It's a true thing. It's a true thing. It's a 4-month gig. I haven't told my peeps, my hundreds of thousands of peeps. I'm keeping it on the down low. Should be in the press soon. Okay. But I'm getting out of here soon. La La Land. I won't tell you where I'm going, but it's going to be a big gig. Nice. Big. Yes. Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
So, well, next time I talk to you, we'll be able to talk about it as well.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So as I mentioned before, let's talk about your charities. You are a very well-known philanthropist. I love when people love giving back. And let's talk about yours, because I feel like it needs to get a little bit more light out there and get more people on board.
I mean, I put there's no borders on my charities. I would do them all if I had the time. But the Sick Kids Hospital, the Pinball Clemens Association, he gives back to all the youths that have no home, that are so desperately homeless in Toronto. I helped 2 years in a row with him with that, and I can't wait to go back now that when COVID gets a little bit better and we can have these meetings and dinners and raise so much money. We'll do that again. Mm-hmm. Jan Arden has a beautiful golf tournament for her brother who's in prison, and so she raises all this money for these teens who have nothing, and I help her out with that happily. Creative Kids in Saskatchewan, the Pegasus Foundation. Pegasus is my newest and brightest and biggest. It's for stars. I don't know if you guys know what stars are in the East, but in the West Coast, in Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, they're called Stars Ambulance. And Stars Ambulance is ambulance. They're red, so you can see them easily. There's 2 in Saskatoon, 2 in Regina, 2 in Winnipeg. Alberta, there's Red Deer in Edmonton and Calgary. Anyway, they have pilots and doctors and nurses, and they fly everywhere in the province that ambulances can't get to. In the north, car accident, a farming accident, someone's drowning. You can imagine. That incredibly tragic bus crash, the Humboldt Broncos, that we'll never forget about. They were first on the scene there. Anyway, the point is they need new helicopters. And so Vaughn Wyant and Lori Leach, who are 2 of the biggest giver backers I've ever met from Saskatoon, got me involved in this thing called the Pegasus Project. And it's a year on hold because of COVID, but we're making a car. We've already made it, 68 Ford Custom. It's going to go for a lot of cash, down at Barrett Jackson this coming January. We're going to unveil it in Vegas in November. I'll have the white gloves on. I'll take it off the car. We're also, raising so much more money in barbecues, in raffles, this, that, and the other in Saskatchewan. So I'm big time involved with that. Yeah. And mental health is a big concern now. Yeah. I mean, boys, what the fuck are we doing? I mean, if we don't realize now, after this year of what the world has been through, I don't care what form of mental health issues, we all have it. We all have degrees of depression, that we aren't looking at it more seriously in the eye to help anyone who needs it and recognize it as a strength. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. Crying out for help. So I'm Joel Hawk has this belief program. It's going to be in Ontario, across the country, actually. It'll be out this fall. You'll be hearing all about it. We're going to raise a lot of money for mental health, help raise a lot of money. And I guess this gnarly face of mine can help with that stuff. And I love it. I love everything I can give back. I'm lucky.
Just
Hey, Kim, every time I feel depressed, I just look at a picture of you and it cheers me up.
It cheers you right up, right? You're the first person to say that. I might cry, I might shed a tear, Maddie. It's the other way around. Usually I'm used for a dartboard. They put my 8x10 up and get the dots out, Margaret. Let's hit that fucker in the nose right now, God damn it.
Hey, he looks better with all the holes in him.
He looks better with those pot marks. Tony Margaret.
Oh shit, that's funny.
So good.
No, you bring up a good point, man. Tony and I are really open with that stuff. You know, that's
Good.
one thing.
Glad to hear.
I'm
glad to hear that.
It touches us both. You know, I've had anxiety for 15 years
There you
now,
go.
and I manage it, but doesn't
I'm so
change
happy
me. I'm
for
still
you. Keep managing. It's always going to get better, and then it'll be
Yep.
up and down. But to talk about it is the best way, Maddie. Good for you, man. Proud of you.
And I find too, it's the thing that I find therapeutic for me is when I talk about it, it's so common for somebody to be like, oh my God, me too. Or I've never told anybody this, and you're just like, holy shit, you find that man, you know, that man loving another, like, you know,
That's
that human connection.
That's
you know?
right. That's
So-
exactly right. You could not have said that better, Maddie. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's definitely makes a big difference, and it's always good to be able to have people to talk to, and I think that's the hardest piece. Like you said, people find it as a weakness, and they feel like they can't talk to people, and on the contrary, you need to talk to people. So yep, 100%. Okay, I do have to bring this up because it's come up a few times in the feed. Bad Blood season 3. Any chance?
Look, I don't think I've ever been more proud of a television production than Bad Blood, because of what we had to do, because of who we cast, because it was so Canadian. It was purely Canadian produced, because of Mark Montefiore and his incredible company, and Natalie Rodriguez over at Rogers and City TV. It was one of those things where I personally think being on at 8 o'clock did us no favors. It was a nighttime show. It was at 10 o'clock, and City, for whatever reason, they wanted it on a Thursday night. They wanted it at 8 o'clock. And so people were taping it like crazy. And so those numbers didn't count. Look, we just won all the awards. I won Best Actor and Best Writer. Michael Conovis, who wrote the thing, showrunner. My God, I was so fortunate to be able to help with the casting. I got Anthony LaPaglia. Mark got Paul Sorvino. Tony Napo, my boy Danny Cash. I mean, we had so many beautiful, Anna Hopkins. I mean, we had so many beautiful people, and all Canadian. So at the end of the second season, boys, this is what we were faced with. We're faced with what a massive success. Oh, wait, it's a massive success on Netflix. Netflix took that show, and it didn't cost them much. They bought the rights 6 months after City showed it. I won't get into money, but the thing is, everybody came to the table for that third season wanting Netflix to just give a little more. Just give a little more. And Netflix said, we love where we're at. We love what you guys bring. This is a dynamic show. We're good where we're at. And we would say, but hang on a second. Give us another dime or another nickel or a few more pennies. And they would go, we're good. And then all of a sudden, Michael Conovis comes up with the platform of what the third season would have been. Holy fuck. You guys would not have believed what would have happened to Declan. It was monumental Shakespeare shit. So, we throw that out. Everyone gets excited again. And then, COVID was around the corner, and do we start writing? And it just went away. Now, will it ever come back? Maybe. But boys, the little you know of me, even though you know my screen shit and my TV shit, I don't wait for anything. I've never waited for anything. I worked so hard on getting a third season with Mark and Michael and Natalie. We worked so hard for so many months and weeks and days for it to be put on hold. It's okay with me. I'm all right. We had 2 good seasons. It was so Canadian. We won all those awards. We have nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, we champion it every day that people bring it up. At the same time, we all have lives. We got to move on. We can't wait for what? So is it over? Maybe not, but it is for now. So we'll just see where, because you guys know this. Theo brought this up on our podcast the other day. He goes, Coatesy, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like a little prequel of like, where did Juice come from? Where did Juice come from in New York? How did he end up in, can you imagine a miniseries of Juice or me or Tommy or any of those guys that was not even cast with us, but a younger, but they would know the show. There's stories that were never told. So I'll never say never for a third season for Bad Blood, but not right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up. Actually,
love
boys, you're the first. I've talked so much, but you're the first one that I've really said where we're at really with Bad Blood. So thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Thanks for sharing.
So I gotta say, yes, I saw actually when you guys were talking about Juice, kind of a backstory and everything. I would love to see a small mini series or prequel on how everybody got to where they were, and all backstory for everybody. It would be.
Well, that's right. The original.
So much content there.
So much content there, Maddie. And the first 9, right? The first 9 with Clay and Piney and JT and the guy over in Ireland that we pushed off the ledge in season 3. I mean, look, there's a prequel maybe in the making. We don't know. Venus and Tig, yeah. Those two lovebirds, huh?
Loved
Think
it.
about that for a love story. Hey, peeps love Venus and Tig. Anyway.
My wife was so excited when you two got together at the end. It was like the best.
That was one wild ride. That one, I'll tell you. Boy.
There's such an appetite though, because when I bring this up, when we talk about the show, it's just there's just such an appetite. Everybody's just like, oh, I wish they would do. I wish they would do. And it's like,
are you guys watching the Mayans? You two? Are you able to check that out or not really?
I haven't yet.
No, I haven't.
I haven't either. Have you, Anthony? No. I mean, I wish them well. I hear it's great. I don't know anything about it. I know Tommy did one show. I know DL's on it, and Emilio, who is one of the best actors in the world. Riviera, he's just the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I just wonder if you guys have watched it. I haven't seen any of it.
No. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could.
Yeah, really?
Kim Coates a bust for me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like
That's
it was
funny.
so good that like the Sons of Anarchy was so good. Like I don't know if I'd feel like I'd betrayed the Sons if I went over.
No, it's a different show, Tony. It's a different show. It is. It's just a different whole poetic Latino deal. It's a different show than Sons for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What So okay, well, people want to know. Do you still keep in touch with Walter Goggins?
Yeah. I mean,
that's right. You share a good kid.
Walton and I, we're lovers. Yeah, of course. No, Walton and I, we both have families, and we both are motherfucking working actors. So we don't really run in the same paths these days. But when we do see one another, it's a heavy cocktail, and it's a really fun relic of stories and where we've been. He knows what I'm doing. I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So it's always fun to see him, but it's not as much as I see the boys like Tommy, and I see Theo every freaking day now because of our podcast and talking about stuff. So
yeah.
And Booney, I see Booney. I see Ronnie. I see Perlman. Charlie, I don't see a lot of. I miss him like crazy, but he's all over the world filming too, right? And I was in Canada for a year, so wherever we were all stuck, none of us saw anybody. And hopefully those days we'll get back to normal.
Coming to an end, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, the cool thing was with the podcast too is you guys can always bring folks in virtually, right? If you ever got something going. Yeah.
We've had Tommy on, we've had DL, we've had Ali Walker. We're having Dayton Callie on this week. Dayton Callie, that's been announced. I want to talk about being 107 years old. He is 107. So wears his pajamas, the same ones from 2010.
Wow.
So he's going to be funnier than shit. Can't wait to talk to him.
For sure. Now, just to take a quick break here, I just want to let everybody know I have posted a link up to the show that we're doing right now. If you want to jump in and say hi to Tig, get your cameras, get your mics. Don't turn your speakers up too loud. And there's enough for 7 spots. So if people want to try to jump in.
Wow, lucky number 7.
Yep. There's check out our webpage. There is a link right now, and it says that it is from the StreamYard. Click it, and we'll let you in, and you can say a quick hi and maybe ask him a quick question.
Beautiful.
Now there, like I said, there won't be enough time in a day to ask the amount of things that
we'll come back. I'll come back. You know that.
You have to.
Can't wait.
But you continue to do such amazing things. And do you ever get to a point where you're just deciding, like, I need to take a break, I want to stop? Or do you just you just love it and it fuels and you just keep on going? All
the time.
Yeah.
I'm quitting today. I'm quitting yesterday. I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm too good looking. The business isn't ready for me anymore. I'm enjoying the potato chips and wine at 5 o'clock because of this COVID bullshit. No, I'm not ready to pack it in yet, boys. I've got much more to say, and I will say though that I did Jerusalem, the Jez Butterworth play at the Crows 3 years ago with my beautiful daughter Brenna,
Yes.
and we just had the greatest time. Sold it right out. We made, you couldn't get a ticket. We were like the Titanic at the Dora Maver Moore Awards. Best actor for me. Show, we won. Director, we won. Mitchell Cushman. Philip Riccio produced it. Best producer. We won we won everything. And everyone's just hating us. 800 people at the Winter Gardens going, oh, fuck them. Another one? We were like 8 for 8. And we just,
why don't you just stay up there?
Yeah. Stay up there. Yeah. So for me to go back to the stage and prove to myself that I could do it, and let alone take on a Sir Mark Rylance project, who won every award you can win with that thing, and having dinner with Sir Mark in New York before he passed the baton to me. It was amazing for me to be able to prove I could still do that. So I'm producing now. I'm still starring in stuff now. I'm not co-writing, but kind of co-writing. I haven't directed yet. I need to do that before I pack it in. Maybe I'll direct Brenna in something. But look, no, I'm like I said to you boys, I'm enjoying my life. I care for people. Theo and I keep talking about kindness, and kindness will win us through. If you don't have kindness in your soul, then you're not going to make it. You just be a bitter old prick for the rest of your life. So kindness will win everything. And Theo and I preach it and live it every day of our lives. We're far from perfect, but I'm enjoying where we're at. I'm enjoying talking to you guys today because the world's changed, right, boys? This last year with COVID and the pandemic, and figuring out what people are going to do about it or what they can do about it. And we all feel so bad for people who've lost their jobs. We're all sick of COVID. We all want to get back at it, but we need to be smart and careful. You were brilliant in Rooster. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
M Light Drive. You saw it. That's fantastic. I'm glad. Yeah, I had people coming from all over the world to see that play. But look, it's I'm not going anywhere. And you guys are way too young, so you won't even understand what I mean. But when you get to be my age, and Billy Fichtner and Eric Bana, we're all the same age. We're all hanging out. Sam Shepard and I played golf 4 or 5 times over in Morocco with Black Hawk Down. He became a pal. He's gone. People go. You end up passing away. You get older, and that's it. You're gone. Mm-hmm. But I'm not there yet. So I'm still hanging in and happy.
Yeah, that's good. Thank God. It seems like, Taryn, if you're looking to get into, just go to our website, the Freaking Awesome Podcast on Facebook, and sorry, not the website, the Facebook page. You'll see the link. It should be, just scroll down just a tiny little bit. So with stage acting and with screen, because you've done so many of both, do you still have a preference? You keep going back to stage acting. Is because...
No, I don't go back to stage acting, actually, Tony. I only did it the one time 3 years ago. I've done so many professional plays. I've been on Broadway. Stanley Kowalski, 1989, took over for Aidan Quinn. Mm-hmm. Frances McDormand, just won another Oscar. She was Stella. They left. They brought in a new cast. I was cast as Stanley right away and ran it for 4 months. I was the youngest Macbeth ever at Stratford in Ontario by you boys. 1986. John Neville directed me. I was 26 years old. Anyway, no, I haven't gone back to stage. That's why I needed to go back when I did Jerusalem 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So for me, that wiped me right the fuck out. It really was 3 hours and 15 minutes of the most intense stuff I've ever done.
It's hard.
So to survive that was pretty cool. Mark and I talk, and it's pretty funny. He did Rooster 428 times. I did it 52 times. So I can't even talk about my exhaustion compared to his. Mind you, he was 50 when he did it. I was 60 when I did it. But I might go back to the stage. We'll see. I'm just Kelly can't find the link, Tony.
Okay, we'll find it. We'll find it here.
Maddie, would you please help Anthony Boise? Please say your last name, Tony.
Bose.
Like help him out.
No, right? I like Boise now. That's
Boise. Yeah. Hey, Tony, Boise.
Right.
Anyway, Maddie, do you have kids, Maddie?
Yeah, 2 boys.
How old are they?
So my oldest is 13, and my youngest is about to turn 10 this weekend.
Oh my gosh, isn't that just so exciting? Those 2 little crazy knuckleheads.
Oh man,
are they into sports at all? Are they into hockey or anything like that?
Yeah, so they're my youngest will watch the Leafs games with me. He kind of
Leafs fan?
Yeah, I'm a Leafs fan.
Sorry to hear that, but
I know. I get that a lot.
My father was, and my little brother Dean is, and the Leafs are my second favorite team. In fact, if Detroit met them in the final, I'd cheer for the Leafs now.
Yeah.
The Wings have won me 4 cups since '97, so I'm pretty happy. But the Leafs, one of these frickin' days, please, boys.
I know.
Bring it home.
I know it's been tough. I think it's funny. I've had this conversation with people, and it seems like you inherit a hockey team. Like my dad was a Leafs fan, you know, and I remember just watching the games with him, and so and then I became a Leafs fan, and now I watch the games with my son.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony? What about you, Tony? Are you
father, 2 kids? Love. I was a Leafs fan. I lived in Toronto for a long period of time, and
you said you still are.
Well, it never goes away, right? I
pissed off.
No. We came to a bit of an agreement that if I
you knew the Leafs, you called the Leafs up and said, I want to make an agreement with you, Harold Ballard. This is how I fucking feel right now.
No, that's right. And it's like I'm gonna stop watching the major games until I start seeing progress. And then we'll
ballsy.
And then
talking with your wallet.
They started getting better. Yeah. So
that's ballsy. Keep it up. And you have 2 kids. How old are they?
2. One is 6 and the other one is going on 13. Actually, they're both 7 and 13.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Just to let everybody know quickly about that link, I'm going to share the screen here so people can see what I'm talking about. It is there. It is on the page. And it's going to be a little weird because you're going to see things over and over here quickly. It's like that weird Stargate effect. Maybe. Oh, I hope it doesn't crash on me while we're doing this.
Doesn't matter. It's been a good run.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. See you later.
Yeah.
Alligator.
Just like
you know what?
Page, scroll down just a tiny little bit. You'll see the one article, and you'll see it looks like a duck with the earphones on, and click on that link.
Wondering if we should get Kim to jump on the rapid fire questions.
Yes,
segment.
let's do that in the meantime.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Cool.
So we got 20 quick questions for you to listen to, and just tell us just little things to get to know you a little bit better.
All right. Question number 1. What made-up word would you register into the English language?
Made up?
Yep.
Bollocks.
I like it. Yep, we haven't had that one before.
Nope.
What is the scariest dream that you can remember?
Dracula.
Dracula. Yeah.
I was 6.
Yeah.
Like Dracula. My dad used to watch those black and white Phantom of the Opera, Frankenstein, Dracula shit. And I was the oldest, put me on his knee. And then he'd scare the shit out of me with the and I had a Dracula, man. It was biting me. Oh my God.
That's fair.
No wonder I played a vampire so many times in my life.
Yep. You're really just tackling that fear. If you could pick a superpower, which would it be?
Flying.
Good one. What activity makes you the happiest?
Golfing.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. If you could learn a foreign language right now, which would you choose?
French. Come on. I've been failing at French since I was in grade 9.
Join the club.
French. Come on, Coates. Get off your ass. Suck les blur.
Fair. If you could relive a decade, which would you choose?
Oh, wow. The 70s.
Yeah. Good one.
No, you don't. You don't have
really good Coke. I've heard.
They what?
Really good Coke. I've heard.
That's what they said. I want to relive it for a different reason. But
okay. Toilet paper flap inside or outside?
Oh,
outside.
Yes.
Good man.
Yes.
You got the right answer.
That is the right answer. What was the first movie that ever made you cry?
Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
Yep.
Amelia.
We have Amelia here. Oh,
fantastic. Bring her in.
Oh, she'll come back in. I think there was a couple people here. They bounced out. If you're still listening, jump back in.
Cool. Do you believe in aliens?
No.
Okay.
Really?
I believe in spirits. I believe in ghosts. I believe in angels, but not sure I believe in aliens.
That's fair. That's a fair answer.
Okay.
No, I don't do yoga, Kelly. Sorry, I should.
What if you had 100 million right now, what would you spend it on?
I'd probably give it away.
Yeah.
I got enough money. Give it away. Hey, Taryn.
Hey,
Look at you, girl. Look at you. You got in. What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Where you at?
Toronto.
Is that a leaf behind you? What is that behind you there?
Yeah.
You got your Toronto hat on, though.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
How are you?
I'm good. What's up?
Nothing much. Just chilling. COVID, you know?
Yeah, I do know. We all know, don't we?
Yeah. Yo, I had a question.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on Venus and Pig? Like actual what do you think?
Well, look, when you're on that show, have you seen all 7 seasons? Hey,
Yeah.
Amelia, we'll get to you in one sec there, girl. Have you seen it all, Taryn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so when Walton Goggins wanted to come on the show, he said to Kurt, "It's got to be something spectacular. I don't want to be a cop. I want to be." Well, he wrote him Venus Van Dam.
Yeah.
And when he had to get those, breasts made for his body and shave the hair off his chest and learn that accent and walk like a chick, I'm telling you what, my hat was off to him, her.
Yeah.
And they say one of the greatest love stories on TV ever. So I'm just proud. I think Tig's the only guy who could have pulled that off, to tell you.
Yeah.
100%.
So it was pretty special. Thanks for the question.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Amelia.
Amelia, there you are.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Where you at?
I'm in Mexico.
Spoiled? Do you live there?
Fortunately, yes. I've ridden out the pandemic down here.
Good for you.
I kind of got stuck, and I'm happy.
Good for you. I'm glad you're happy. Happy is important and under these stressful times for sure.
So I have a question for you, Kim, if that's
Sure.
okay. I saw you initially on Bad Blood. Loved you. Loved the show. I think it's great. Then I saw you on Godless and became even a bigger fan.
Thanks.
I wasn't a big Sons of Anarchy fan, I'll be honest. I've never seen a single episode.
It's okay.
But I plan to binge watch the whole thing. So I've already heard a few little spoiler alerts, which is fine. I don't know who anyone is, so it doesn't really spoil anything yet. But tell me, what should I look for? What's my takeaway going to be? Tell me what you think your
honey,
most proudest about Sons of Anarchy is.
You know what? It's a multicast show. We're all character actors. I mean, Charlie Hunnam, to be British, to come off a couple of cool things in Britain, but he was cast as Jax. Gemma Taylor was Katie Seagal, as you know. Ron Perlman, A Face Only a Mother Could Love. This gnarly thing. Tommy Flanagan, with one of the most talented actors in the planet. Mark Boone Jr., could ride a bike like no other. DL, who was a real 1%er. I mean, and Theo Rossi, who couldn't get a freaking, he was doing so many episodic stuff. Few movies. Sons comes, changes his life. So for us to work with everybody, it's a character-driven show. And if you get into it, girl, you won't put it down. But if you don't get into it, that's okay too. It really is. It's not for everybody, but the 92% that it has been for, they can't get enough of it. They watch it over and over again.
I'm excited too. And the good news that I took away from the spoiler is that I get to see you through to the end.
You do.
Mwah.
You do,
Gonna
girl.
love every
Love
moment
you.
of it.
Take care of yourself. Bye, girl.
Thank you, Amelia.
Bye.
That's so sweet.
Amazing.
I don't know. Amelia's still just leaving out of there. So I don't know if other people are having issues with trying to get to the link, but we do still have a couple more questions here, just from people texting in here.
Okay, so someone said, can I share what my projects and stuff are? So let's talk about this real briefly, boys.
Mm-hmm.
So during COVID, as you know, Canada was one of the first countries to get back at it last summer. They did an incredible job. I know my boy Chad Oakes and Michael Frislev over at Nomadic Pictures, I did Van Helsing with those guys over in Slovakia. That was the project that I had to get the heck out before they shut us in. Mm-hmm. They were the first in Vancouver to get that show back up. They needed to shoot 10 more shows. I did the first 3 in Slovakia, which was Transylvania in the 15th century. Then they go back to modern days and finished it off. So it was pretty impressive to see everybody slowly come back with shields, with masks, taking COVID tests, being smart. Don't be an idiot. Let's stay safe, blah, blah, blah. So I did 3 movies last year in Canada. They're all going to be coming out at some point this year in film festivals, or maybe they'll just get a major release. We'll have to wait and see. All very proud of them. All incredible little projects, Canadian. Then I did this thing called Pretty Hard Cases for CBC. I was a guest star, came in and did the last 4 or 5 shows. Had so much fun with the 2 leads on that, Meredith and Adrian Gutt and Tara Strong. Had so much fun with them. Dean McDermott, my boy. I had a lot of fun on that. And then now I came back to the States in February of this year and did a big movie/TV show called Action Royale. It's going to be out this summer, and it's fucking fun. Great. And now I'm leaving. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you what it is. Or I'd have to tell you.
Okay.
But it's going to be all over the trade soon, and you'll see my name up there with everybody else, and it's a big gig. It's a nice one. So I look forward to that.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Ashley asked if you ride motorcycles before Sons, or did you learn for the show?
No, I did. Yeah, I've been riding since I was 9 years old in Springwater, Saskatchewan, my Uncle Mort's farm. These little 250, 150cc 2-stroke Yamaha, Suzuki. Yeah, man. Me and Mark Boone Jr. and DL, David LaBrava, were the only 3 who knew how to ride for that show. They all had to go to riding school, and some of them became better than others.
Now, do you have a Harley, or
no?
So when you got on that bike, did you feel like, wow?
No, you said, do I have a Harley? I have a few of them. I have more than 1 and less than 5. We'll leave it there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, and they're all Harleys, and I'm pretty lucky boy to have been on that show. And I took the bike from the show, boys.
Did you?
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
So good.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It's a long story that I'm not going to tell you here, but yeah, I did, and that's really, I never ride.
Next time we should get into that.
You took it.
What's that?
Do they know you took it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
Just making sure.
They do now.
Right?
They do now.
Excellent. Well, we would love to keep going with you. I know you have a life and you got to get stuff done around the house. So I'm not going to keep you any longer. Do you have anything that you want to pitch, social media, where people can get you? I'm pretty sure most of them are out there.
You know, you guys are so good at this stuff. Like, what a slick freaking operation here. Boys, I know, Tony, you helped me out with a mic and the camera before I hooked up, and even with my podcast, Theo's always helped me out. I'm a dinosaur. So no, I'm only on Twitter. I don't do Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I got so many followers and it's not about that. It's just about being you and being real and being funny and being kind and being stupid. And I love my sports and my muscle cars. I love my charities, but every once in a while I'm pretty proud of my career, you know, and I'm proud of what we're all trying to do and accomplish. And so I'm only on Twitter, but I'm trying to do more of these podcasts, boys, because it's important for people who are stuck at home as we get through this journey of this pandemic, and we will, that we're all at home a little bit more. So why not listen to us 3 Musketeers, Canadian boys, and me and Theo and all these other podcasts that girls and boys are doing, because some of them are really freaking good.
Yeah, for sure.
Love you too, Taryn.
You know, you definitely have to pass on a hi to Theo. We'd love to chat with him as well. We'd also love to chat with your daughter and get her up on the show as well. And
yeah, Brenna, you know what? That's a great idea. In fact, boys, you know what I'll do? I mean, did I mention she's about to star in a big picture? Yes. Did I say that? Yeah. I said that already, right?
You did.
So she's June, July out. You know, if her managers and stuff want her to talk about it now, we'll get her on. And if not, you'll talk to her. She'd love to come on your show. Perfect. When it's time to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let her know. We'd love to chat. We'd love to promote it. We'd love to see what it's like working with Dad. And
beautiful. Yeah. No, Brent and I, you know, I mean, I'm her goddamn dad, for Christ's sake. Poor kid. She's living here in LA with me now. I hunkered in, and I was in Canada and Toronto. I got a spot there too. Anyway, Brenna's a great kid. And she's living with Dad all these years. She to do Jerusalem with me, we had all these, you know, we did breakfast TV, 2 or 3 shows. And when she was doing the Wolves on Broadway, she had a lot of press down there in New York. And she's funny. The kid's freaking funny. She didn't get it from me, goddammit. Yes, she did.
Yes, she did.
You love Brenna, and she'll love you. So I'll remind her.
Amazing.
Right on.
Let's be in touch. Tony,
100%. Yes.
You got my cell. You'll never give it out. Matt, don't give it to Matt. Give it to his wife, though. If she has any issues with Maddie, have her
Yes.
you text me.
Sounds good.
Right?
Wonderful.
We got them all. There's no one in the room there. We're good. Can we go? What's going on?
I think we've got everybody. I think it'll keep coming in. People love chatting with you. I do want to give a quick shout out. Actually, you've got some amazing fan bases. You've got the Kim Coates crew out there.
Yeah, Carrie, she's amazing. That girl.
Amazing people. They're definitely very, very strong advocates for you. I'm not sure if you knew, but there is there's a page out there that is Kim Coates for a Walk of Fame out there.
Yeah, Flo does that. She's a Kitchener gal, amazing woman. Big fan. Can I just say I don't get involved in that stuff. Like when it's about me, really about me, I don't. I'm not a birthday guy. I love when people are like, God bless you all, but I could care. I'm not a birthday guy. I don't sing myself, but people who are, good for you. But Canada Walk of Fame, Flo's just crazy about that. She's getting all these signatures, and I really stay out of it. It's not for me to decide. And obviously anything I win, and I've won a few things it's an honor. It's an honor to be nominated. Maddie, Tony, nominations.
100%.
If you win, well, all right. They fucked up, or it's a bit of a icing on the cake, right?
Yeah.
But for me, Walk of Fame, Flo, she's a fan 100% for sure.
Yeah, no, that's good. It should happen. You're a damn national treasure, my friend.
Well, isn't it funny though? Like Christopher Plummer, who's gone now, and Shirley Douglas. I mean, Susan Wright, who I lost 30 years ago now. Some of these Canadian legends that I've been able to shake hands with and drink wine with Christopher Plummer. I mean, come on. How lucky am I? And if people who are younger than me can say, oh, I saw Coates in a coffee shop and I went up to him and I said, hi, he told me to fuck up. No, I went up to him and he was the nicest guy. That makes me feel good. Because I love my fans, and I really am good to my fans. It's exhausting at times, but I won't complain because it is what it is now. Yeah. And being able to talk to you guys has been a lot of fun. Kingston, come on, go Leafs.
100%.
Get those vaccines out there. Come on, everybody. Come on. Come on.
I have one question. I do have one question. This was actually a really important one, and I totally forgot right up until now. You have been with your wife for over 30 years.
Yeah.
How do you make this happen? Like you
gotta ask her. You gotta ask her, man. She's lost her mind years ago. Diana, what the fuck is wrong with you staying with me all these years? No. Honestly, I don't know. And it's been a roller coaster, up and down and beautiful and silly, and then fighting and then no fighting. But she's been my true rock of my life with my children and my few homes that I have around the world. She's an amazing girl. And I think we've stayed pretty strong because of the separation that we have once in a while. It's kind of good to go away a little bit. Like she can't wait to
miss each other.
Absolutely.
Get out of here. And so you start to miss one another. And she's a remarkable woman, Diana. And couldn't have done much of this without her. There's no doubt about it. And it's kind of a record in Hollywood, 35 years of marriage. It's like, what?
It is. That's what I mean. You might be the longest going actor, right?
Yeah.
Great.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hats off, man.
Just amazing.
Right on, boys. Good luck with your family and your wives and everything else that's going on in your life. So I love you both.
You as well. Yeah.
You too, brother. Keep crushing.
How do I get out of here now? Which button do I push, Tony? Up there, that red one?
You can do that one. You can hit the little X at the bottom, or I can just X.
Oh, no, I got it. Leave studio.
Yeah,
hey,
there you go.
Go fuck yourselves, both of you, honestly.
Yeah, we love you.
Really had fun with both of you, and I can't wait to do this again.
100%.
You too, man. Take care of yourself, eh? Stay safe.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.